Yay Networks.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the Fitish podcast. Fran is sharing with me. Hopefully it's one of you kind, supportive listeners that always have my back, because someone just DM'd him as we were getting started on the show. How do you still have a driver's license? And it's really funny you should say that, because I ask him the same fucking thing every day. You need a driver's license, by the way. You stress me out so much. I feel like you're not self-aware.
Are you talking to the public in general or me when you say you?
Yeah, you. We all need driver's licenses for the most part, especially when you're a father and you're working. But Fran's been going back and forth to Austin quite a bit lately. And I think I've lost track of the incidents. You know, some things are out of your control, but I guess on the way down to Austin, he was pulled over. And I asked him, I'm very much that mom type that's like, can you please don't drink and drive? I have this real thing with drinking and driving, which as we most should since it's illegal. But I don't know why it really irritates me. If any of you drink and drive, just stop fucking doing that. You know, the outcome of that, the potential outcome of that is so bad. But I'm not here to lecture you. I am here sometimes to lecture Fran, but he's driving a lot. Sometimes. And I worry about you because Remy is obsessed with you. I would like you in our life, I could maybe move on at some point if something happened, but it would be really sad for Remy,
Yeah, no, babe, I wasn't counting on anything less than that.
I'm just kidding, but he calls me and he's like, I got pulled over. I looked down, I'm listening to Elon Musk's biography, and I was going 110 and had a cop with no lights on behind me, and I don't know how long he was behind me. And I'm like, why are you going that fast? And you got cited for 105, which I think is a felony, is it not?
So I think we bonded because I was upset. Officer, did you know that Elon Musk lost a child? He cried like a wolf, says his mom. So I was telling the officer that.
Did you really?
Yes.
You started, but it didn't get you out of a ticket.
Not the first one.
So then he gets pulled over on his way home from Austin. He calls and tells me he gets.
I don't think we should advertise that. There might be officers out there listening to me.
He got a warning. He got a warning.
In the lookout.
When are you gonna just stop fucking driving like a maniac? When? Between the wrecks and the insurance and the speed, the tickets. When?
So, welcome to a new episode of...
We already introduced. I was not going to bring it up. You're the one that just told me somewhat random, as you said, which is obviously a loyal, supportive fan.
Is that a rhetorical?
You how you still have a license. Yeah. No, it's not a rhetorical. When?
Well, I haven't put it in my schedule.
You never drive like that with Remy?
Never. No. I don't... So the thing is that I don't drive like a maniac.
Y'all, he is...
You're
not self-aware.
I am self-aware.
You change lanes without signaling.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
I do not change lanes without signal. If there's an officer out there, I do not do that.
Okay, no one listening, any officer listening is a cool officer, but no one's going to come get you from listening to this. Obviously, if you were admitting to murder or something, that would be a different story, but I don't think for your flagrant fouls on the driving field, people are going to come get you later.
I don't drive like a maniac. I think the only situation is that I do go back and forward to Austin, and
I asked him why he was going 110. Was there an emergency? Was something going on? And he was like, no, I was just zoned out.
Well, on my way in, there was an emergency. I needed to get there because I had a lot to do, and I know that highway in my I can drive it on my sleep. Not that it's an excuse. The officer was kind, and he wrote me a ticket, and that was it. And on my way in is when I was listening to Elon Musk biography, and that's when
I just think I'm not mad at you and I'm not trying to lecture you. I just can't, my brain, it doesn't add up to me. Just like when people drink and drive, I just don't understand. I mean, there's an element of me that understands that you either think you're more sober than you are, or it's a pain in the ass to go get your car the next day. These little inconveniences that you brought on yourself, right? Running late, whatever it is with, speeding, but because we certainly all speed from time to time. I get it. But like I'm such a grandma driver, especially now. I mean, I get it. I love like a fast car. I get why people want to drive fast. I do understand elements of it, but like 110 with no traffic, like on your way somewhere, I just don't like, of course you're going to get pulled over.
So, yes. And yes.
Well said. Okay. I wasn't even planning on talking about this today. You just brought up that someone sent you a message about, imagine what they'd say now.
I was
How
like,
do you still have a license?
I was laughing about that. And I was like, I'm not going to answer to this person because I don't even know the answer of that question.
You don't know how.
I still have a license, which is amazing.
It is lawless in Mexico City. It is lawless driving out there. It is insane. Like there shouldn't even be lines in the road. I am so overwhelmed when people are driving. And it's also a lot of like, that, and you and your whole family has this style of driving, and it's because of where you learned to drive, I'm sure. But it's a lot of that like super gas, super brake, that feels so good, like that roller coaster coming to a halt really quickly, and you're just like,
have you seen all those TikToks about like the exaggerating wife that like you brake a little and she just slams into the dashboard?
I didn't say I slam into the dash. I just said it's a lot of gas, a lot of brake, a lot of gas, a lot of brake. I don't exaggerate. I'm not being dramatic. We can compare driving records if you want. We can talk about it. But I just think that
I have a cooler
it's a lot
driving
of
record.
It's a lot of like and y'all. That makes me nauseous. I have moments that I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I'm going to have to drive. But I don't like to drive either. So I want to just deal with your driving. I just wish it was like a little better.
Yeah, well.
But, you get what you get. This is what I bred with. You get what you get. I bred with a wild driver. I just want you to be safe with Remy. That's really all I ask.
Oh, no, with Remy.
Your phone vibrates, you look at it, you're on your phone, you're on your watch. Like even right now, there's so much going on. It's crazy.
What? Babe, of course I pay full attention with Remy. Like, I'm mostly like playing with him while driving.
Yeah, you turn around, you're handing him snacks. I can't, y'all, I don't even want to talk about it. It's going to start to give me a small panic attack. And the thing is that,
so the car self-drives, kind of. And it was self-driving at 105, which was very attended, but...
Cruise control is not self-driving. You were in Austin. This is so random. Have y'all seen the self-driving cars? Speaking of actual self-driving, have you ever seen one in person? I have seen one. I've seen one that does the mapping. Like the Google Map car didn't have a driver, but you were seeing like the Uber Teslas all around
my car
Austin.
does the mapping thing, but these cars are driverless. Like there's no attendant.
Right.
It makes you feel very safe because it has like 10,000 things on the roof, like sensors and cameras. So it makes you feel like that car...
Fran could not. I'm sure the first time you see one of those, though, it's really hard to like. We know that these exist, I guess, but they're all over Austin. So Fran was like tailing one for a bit. I'm sure that car was like, "Why is this car behind me?" Because no one was in it, right? I mean, I know there was no driver, but there was no passenger either.
No. There was no one. There was no one. So I took a video next to him, and something that it's so mind blowing is that that night I went to have dinner with these guys, and when we came out, there was another one of these self-driving cars. All these guys are from out of town. Most of them are European. Yeah, they're from the UK or Monaco and Nice, and they saw it and they were mind blown. But something that was crazy is the aggressive driviness of these self-driving cars.
Oh, did they use you to program it?
Maybe they used my driving record for sure. Because let's say there was a two-way street. This guy, there was a parking car in one of the lanes, in one of the ways. So there was a parked car waiting for people to hop in. This self-driving car passed on the all wrong way of the track. He just went out of the runway
Yeah.
and passed him through the left. It was like,
But don't we do that? If someone was trying to park,
no,
You
he
go-
could have just waited 30 seconds.
waited. No, he has shit to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had
Money to make,
self-driving
shit to
thing shit to do. Like, it was crazy because there was another car coming that actually had to swerve to let the self-driving
They're
car
still working
pass.
out the kinks, I thought. Haven't there been like a lot of reports of like death from people letting their Teslas like drive them?
I have no idea. But this was just mine. Like, I like the fact that he thinks like a human, like a Mexican human.
He's a Mexican human robot.
Yeah.
He does. You're right. Yeah, I guess so. That's terrifying.
Either it's
actually.
being programmed by a Mexican or by an Indian guy.
Do you all think in our, you said it, not me, you can say it. Do you think in our lifetime that we're gonna, like none of us are gonna be driving?
I hope.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could come at a really good time for you at a loss of a license.
Yeah, like in 2 more months when they take it, like, okay, Francisco, hand your license.
We're laughing about it, but like what a grind that would be for me.
Yeah, you'll be my driver.
I know, everywhere. You'd be taking Ubers everywhere. A lot of people do that though, you know? I mean, 'cause
Dude,
I think the price of
the
owning
thing
a
is
car and like having to pay for parking and stuff is a lot.
It's a minor convenience to have a car, but the price, it's too high. Like, I could Uber all day, every day, and pay less for what I pay for insurance and monthly payment
I guess
of a car.
that's true. I always think like Uber, so it can get so expensive, which it can. But I think that if you do it the right way, you're right, between a car payment and insurance and tolls and everything else that you're kind of doing with it, right?
Like in Mexico City, I don't drive at all.
Thank goodness. Everyone's happy for your service. Thank you. Your lack of service.
I'm an excellent driver. You know?
That's the thing, you know, I was saying to the girls in the office yesterday, it's always those that are like terrible at something that are the least self-aware. You know, like he thinks they asked me when I was saying you got pulled over again. I was telling them and they said the same thing. They were like, fuck, Fran. And they were like, does he think he's a good driver? I'm like, oh yeah, he thinks he's a great driver. You know, he thinks he's great, but
I can get you out of a jam, you know? I can get you there in time. I'm a
Yeah.
good person.
I'm
a
not
good
saying
driver.
you're not. Yeah, but you might as well wear racing gloves. Driving gloves, you know?
Helmet, I think, is going to be more needed than walking gloves.
Which just scares me for Remy. On that note, just speaking about let's talk about being irresponsible behind the wheel of a car, okay? Let's just sell ourselves out with what we did on Saturday. So, and I think y'all know, in general, I tend to be like a super good mom. I don't think this makes me a bad mom. And you're even more overprotective in terms of when it comes to Remy. So Fran has this smart car and we don't use it. I think you're selling it, right? This isn't the car he was getting. I don't think that smart car goes 110, but
It does.
I think it'd be flying. No, you'd be crushed like an ant if you got in a wreck in that. But the smart car is just something he has in the garage, and the weather's so nice now. So on Saturday and Sunday, those of you that are parents know, right, that the weekends are it's a lot of parenting, right? Like filling the time. And so Remy's in this place. He's so fun right now. I just love it more and more every day. But every day it's more dinosaurs, more Halloween, more dinosaurs. And he's making the little sign language motion for more. It's every day. It's not enough. Like, we've created a Halloween monster. And now after watching the Beckham documentary, I need to create a soccer monster. Cause like, I think you can get your child obsessed with something. I think if you show them enough of it, right? Maybe. And they take an interest, but he's obsessed with Halloween. More than I think I've even shown on my social. So all we want to do now is just kind of like throw them in the car, take them out to look at Halloween decorations, especially now that people are finally starting to decorate, right? So he's seen it. He's very excited. Sometimes we just go to the Home Depot and look at them. But anyway, I saw in the neighborhood that some neighbors nearby, one street over, we live on a little cul-de-sac, so it's really low traffic. And I say that because we decided to put him in the smart car. And I'm like, let's just put him in my lap in the smart car. It's like a golf cart, like let's just drive around the streets in the neighborhood and show him some some Halloween. So, I'm kind of like, you're not supposed to do this. I'm sure it's okay because it's like, again, people in the neighborhood have golf carts and put their kids on their lap, but it's kind of like, we're not taking them on a main road, but I still felt pretty hesitant about doing it. So we drive by this house and then we see the house after the house with Halloween has like all these farm animals. They're having like a huge party and we're just quietly driving by, kind of looking at the animals, and two women at the same time are like, Jenna. I'm like looking like absolute garbage in like bike shorts, pajamas. I mean, I look like shit. It's like I don't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday afternoon, but anyway, I look like shit. And so we park the smart car and get out with Remy. Like we just look like absolute like terrible parents getting out of the car. I don't think they cared. I don't think anyone thought anything of it. I'm not sure. Then we walk into this party with him just to feed the animals and say hi. They basically invited us into their party. They were fans of the show, and they were really nice. And we hung out for a minute, and that was that. But I was like, of course we take him out in this like illegal situation on the lap. I mean, is that terrible?
Oh, they were fans of the shit show also.
They were fans of the shit show of us. Yeah. Is that okay? Do people do this? Do you ever just sit with the kid in your lap? I mean, I did when I took him to the ER that day and my mom drove us. I did.
And also, every time we go to Mexico, well, we have a travel seat, but we've done it.
Yo, I didn't know that car seats are not mandatory by law in Mexico. They're recommended, I guess, but you do not have to have a car seat for a baby in Mexico. Is that the craziest thing you've ever heard in your life? I had no idea. And so the first time we went to Mexico City, of course, he was 6 months old. We got a travel car seat that wrapped. We checked it. It came through like baggage and we used it. Yeah, it's pretty much a pain in the ass, especially if you're like throwing it into an Uber and taking it out. But it's a car seat. You need a car seat. So the last time we went to Mexico, we didn't really want to bring it. We were going to the beach and we were like, well, we're going to be in a big SUV and we're just going to go to the hotel. We never left the hotel. We took golf carts around the property. Yeah, we didn't take a car seat and he sat on my lap, and it's just crazy because that's like normal. But think about, that moment we were like holding him so tight in the car for that drive to the hotel. But yeah, I don't know. I guess, you make some judgment calls here and there. Mexico City, I think we'd always like to have a car seat driving around. But, driving to the beach, it was okay. But that's crazy that car seats are not required.
Well, I would not say they're not required. I'm pretty sure by law it's also required, but...
What do you mean? You told me it wasn't.
Well, I don't follow. They laws. It's a living organism. They change them all the time. So I don't know the regulations, but at some point, I know when we were kids, I don't think my parents owe a car seat.
And there's three of y'all.
Oh no, for my brother.
Just loose in the back seat.
For my brother.
Just loose laying there.
For my brother, they had a car seat. I remember having a car seat for Juan Pablo, but for us. My mom was driving with us when we were like a year old on her lap. But also, they were driving this, like she used to have, when I was like a year old, my mom used to drive like a Lincoln Continental or something like that. And it was like a couch. So she had we had plenty of room just to bump around.
Wow, that's insane.
There we go.
So there is no law for seatbelt wearing or car seats, but young children are not allowed to sit in the front seat.
I'm pretty sure seatbelts have changed because I'm pretty sure they're giving tickets for not seatbelts.
He just read you the law, and then you're like saying no.
No. I know the law. The law changes. The transit law changes per county. So I know there are places that will ticket you for not clicking it. Click it or ticket.
But yeah, well done. I have an exciting day planned today, but we're going to take a quick break and hear from some of the sponsors of the Fitish podcast, and then we'll be back. Y'all know I have been a fan of ritual supplements for a very long time, and I'm actually embarrassed to admit that I never knew the definition of a probiotic or prebiotic or really even understood what gut health was until I was in my mid-30s, and Ritual rolled something out called Symbiotic Plus. Now, yes, they offer great prenatal vitamins and multivitamins for daily use, but Symbiotic Plus is their special formulation of basically 3 probiotics, right? You have a prebiotic, a probiotic, and a postbiotic to support a balanced gut microbiome. And if you want to explore that a little bit and see how great you are capable of feeling, I really recommend adding this to your Ritual subscription or just checking out Symbiotic Plus. You may not even realize that your gut health is off, but we have a lot of bacteria in there. I've even learned with my baby how important his gut health is when it comes to kind of his skin issues and how he's feeling. And so Ritual is the place to go. It's really like the only supplement that I trust. And Symbiotic Plus is so easy. You know, my favorite part, by the way, about these Ritual supplements is how they taste, because I know it's a minor thing to some people, but I just hate the way most supplements on the market taste, and the aftertaste, you can taste it all day long. You will never have that with Ritual because all of them are coated with something really nice, and it's either minty or my prenatal was lemon. And what a nice way to take a supplement and you're not tasting all of the vitamin. But this delayed release capsule in the Symbiotic Plus is designed to help survive the harsh conditions that your GI tract goes through. And yeah, I really love it. I have felt so much better since adding Symbiotic Plus to my Ritual subscription. Symbiotic Plus and Ritual are here to celebrate, not hide your insides, and it's time to listen to your gut. Ritual is offering our Fitish listeners 30% off during your first month. Visit ritual.com/Fitish to start Ritual, or just add Symbiotic Plus to your subscription today. So today is State Fair Day for the Fitish team, and I'm trying to make this a real big thing because that's why I'm in all denim, unless you didn't question it. I went to Cavender's. I had never been in a Cavender's before, I guess, or maybe not for a long time. Wasn't quite what I expected. I thought there'd be more kitschy, cheap shit and not as much like, it felt like a little bit like kind of overpriced in a way, right? Like boots and clothes, and I don't know, it just wasn't quite what I expected. I wanted it to be a little more like rodeo vibes. And because I wanted to get everyone something to wear today. So I bought us all bolo ties. They did have some at the register, which was great. So we'll see how the girls feel. I told them to wear all denim today because, you know, a theme is nice. And then you and Remy are supposed to come this afternoon when he wakes up. And then we're going to swap. We're going to film Fitish content. We decided we're going to try the unhealthiest food, which, I don't know, I feel like that's just like, you know, everything. But we're going to try the unhealthiest food. We're going to draw straws. There's a fireball, a fried fireball. I really hope I don't get that one. I don't want that one at all. It looks like it has some sort of weird little like churro inside of it. Like it's basically a shot of fireball.
So the last time I went to the fair, it was around 2018. They had a funnel cake hamburger. That has been the most delicious thing I've tried.
You're still thinking about it.
Like it was
so hungry,
so
baby.
Good.
You're just starving. You're so skinny and hungry. You're still thinking about the 2018 funnel cake burger.
It was 2017, I think. But it was so, like, it sounded a little gross at the beginning.
No, it doesn't sound gross to me at all. It doesn't sound gross at all. There are things on the menu this year that sound like way more disgusting. But we're going to try. Also, I told the girls, like, we're not trying everything. Some of this food is like, the fried pho is $27. That is insane. I mean, it's amazing for these businesses making all this money. But like, oh, wow. Like everything's fried and it's just insane. There's a Fruity Pebble pickle. Have you heard of the Fruity Pebble pickle?
No.
So we're going to put 5 or 6 things down for us. We're going to draw straws. We're going to see. We're going to buy the food, and then we're going to like try, you know, kind of give our report back. And then we're going to do some athletic challenges and see how that goes. Or we may flip it and reverse it. I haven't decided the order. I think the athletic challenges
You guys need to go to the ladder.
The ladder. That's almost impossible for anyone to do, though. I saw some athlete was out there the other day doing it and couldn't do it.
I'll used to do it every year.
Okay, Fran. Great.
I haven't, but I know it's possible.
Great. I know, but you always know
you're
someone
a very
that's
athlete.
done something. Yeah.
You're very athletic.
I am very athletic. I remember we went as a radio show one of my first years, and I got the basketball, which is really difficult to do because it's a rigged game and the hoop is thicker or something, right? And it fits, but like tightly. Like you have to get it nothing but net. And so yeah, I got it in the hoop. Everyone was shocked. I was like, yo, I'm super athlete. Not as much anymore. I don't feel as athletic as I used to. I was good when I was young.
If we were talking to someone that says that's impossible, I'll say Jenna has done it. So it's not impossible.
The basketball's not nearly as impossible as the rope ladder. Yeah, we'll try it today. Yeah, we're gonna try some of the athletic challenges and games as a team, and then I think this is the right way to handle the fair or the zoo or any kind of excursion, right? Especially when you're a parent. You gotta map it out, right? Like you gotta itinerary this shit. You gotta be like, we're gonna do this. We're not gonna do it all unless you want to spend the whole day out there. We're not gonna do it all. We're gonna go for 2 hours, and in 2 hours we're gonna hit this and this and this and this, and this is where everything is, and then we're gonna leave. And then you're gonna bring Remy, and we're gonna do the animals. And I don't know. I'll survey it today, see what he'd be into, see if there's any rides that would be safe enough and appropriate for him, right? But y'all have to wear denim. It's the vibe.
Cool.
Are you gonna come in theme?
Yeah, babe.
Hopefully.
Yes, baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. Has that put you out so much that I plan things for the family? That I never, ever, ever make y'all dress up either. I never have us in matching outfits, and I just want to do it at the fair because it seems so kitschy and funny to be in all denim at the fair.
Babe, you will wear all denim every day if it were up to you.
Fair? What, is that supposed to be an insult?
No.
Flattered.
It's supposed
Love
to be a
all
fact.
denim. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love all denim.
You're not doing it because it's kitschy. You just do it because you love it and
you
you
think
find
I
an
wear
excuse.
tied up Western
100%.
shirts like this on a
Yes.
day-to-day?
Yes.
I do love denim. You wear jeans a lot. Denim's a go-to. I was gonna get Remy a look at Cavender's last night, but it was way too expensive. Like I can't shove his little sausage feet into like $80 cowboy boots. Forget about it. Not happening.
He has cowboy boots. They don't fit anymore.
No way. See, this is the thing. If it was left up to you, you'd be like, wow, nothing fits him. The other day, Fran, we had to swap, and I was doing something, and then Fran had an open house. So Fran brings Remy to the open house, and I had to like get to the open house to get Remy from him because he had to work, fair. But you bring him with nothing. He has bare feet. We're 20 minutes from the house. He has bare feet, no diaper bag. I had been out, so I didn't have a diaper bag or clothes for Remy in my car. And so I'm like, luckily I usually always keep wipes and a diaper like in the trunk of the car, which I needed because he had shit everywhere. But there were no shoes. So then that really limits what I can take him to do, because he wants to walk around. So I'm like, well, we can go straight to Target and I can buy more shoes, But I ended up taking him to the garden center and we picked out pumpkins and he sat in the cart like a good little boy.
Great.
We went to the barbecue shop and ate some barbecue. He liked that very much. Yeah.
Cool.
Barefoot. But you got to like put shoes on him when he leaves the house now.
I'm pretty sure I put shoes, but he kicked them out. We had one shoe in the car. We don't know where the other one was.
Do y'all have a lot of one shoes going on? I mean, you won't until the kid starts like kind of walking a little bit or you put shoes on, especially when they're really little. The socks and shoes are pointless, even though they're so cute. But now I cannot believe, I actually kind of hate bitching about money. I just don't like when people do that. But isn't it shocking how expensive shoes for kids are? Like I would think that cute little Adidas and Nike, because, if you want to buy them name brand shoes, that would be cheaper than... Like if my Adidas are $100, I would think his Adidas would be like $30 because they are like way smaller. But the cool Adidas for him are still like $60 to $80. And I can't do it. I almost just can't justify it, especially knowing that he's going to wear them for, they'll fit for 3 months, of which he'll wear them 3 times if we're lucky. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I found Walmart has the goods. Walmart has such good kids' clothes. I don't know about shoes. Actually, I haven't looked at their shoes, but they have such good kids' clothes in Walmart.
I haven't been, but I'll take your word for it.
Fran came home. You were so sweet one day. I know. This is normal.
One day.
Like, you came home one day from, where did you go and you decided to buy him a bunch of clothes? You were making
So I was making a return at Kohl's.
So Fran had such good intentions, y'all. He got really cute stuff at Kohl's, but he didn't check with me about the sizing, because you would think at 18 months old, Remy would be wearing 18 months old clothing, but like absolutely not, I mean, that's like super snug. So you came home, you were even like, are these too small? I'm like, yes, like all of them aren't really going to fit. 3T now, man. We're in a 3T just to be safe so I don't have to spend more money on clothes. That's where we're at. 3T. Yeah.
Wow.
2T, 3T, but 3T on some of the stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. He's a big boy.
Fran and I had our first real school tour last week, by the way. And it was awesome. I mean, it was awesome. It was.
We really like that school.
We really liked it. Yeah, we can't say what it is in case.
Yeah, no.
We don't want it to get too full. Yeah.
No, we really like that school. We're looking to some others, but it's so amazing. Like, it's so amazing how time catches up with you because you think that you have all the time in your life. When
I
he's
start
born.
tearing up on a school tour. I don't know if that's normal with all like kind of the hormones, but you see all these other little kids that are either your kid's age or younger or older. And this school was a school, you know, we had gone to some kind of daycare sort of interim. And it's just amazing when you actually tour a school versus a daycare. Because, you know, daycare, they're plain, like they're just there in a room kind of plain. And the school is so amazing because even at this age, I mean, they have a schedule outside the door. They're sending you photos all day long when they change their diaper and with what they're doing. It's very like activity oriented. It's play-based learning. It's very structured. I mean, that's the word. It's just much more structured than like a daycare kind of style would be. And it's just amazing seeing all these little kids, you know, running around and doing their activities. And yeah, and probably how fast this time is going to go, isn't it?
Yeah. I think the concept that I had of time before Remy has disappeared. Like time goes so much faster. Everything moves so much faster. He's growing at a pace like he's almost 2 years old.
Yeah.
And it feels like yesterday when they were cutting it out of your stomach.
Are you ready for another?
No.
That's terrible to hear because why are you smiling like that? You're not?
I don't think so. I'm not ready yet.
Like ready at all or just like with me or what?
Is it like a one answer per question, or can I pick two of those or three?
Talk through your feelings.
No, I think I'm just. I don't know if I'm going to be ready for another. I
Ever?
think maybe I don't know. But right now, I think we're trying to get our grip to what we have.
We?
Yeah. Me and my multiple personalities, you know. That's it.
You seem so uncomfortable.
Babe, the thing is that yes, like if it happens, I'll be very happy, you know?
Would you? I think I would cry. And then I just have to be happy.
Oh,
right?
no,
Is that what happens
I'll
to a
be
lot of
happy
people?
right
you
away.
cry, you get really emotional.
I would not allow myself to be sad at any second of that, but it will shift things and it'll put a huge pep on my step.
It is overwhelming. I know, I think you and I think about the same facet of this, like the house we're in, it's not really conducive to then having another kid or like how, you know, yeah, it just feels super overwhelming.
We're already adopting another kid, a 70-year-old one.
She's not 70, how dare you?
60 some.
Fran, she is going to be so upset that you said that. Yeah, Candy's moving in with us. Can't, Fran. A 70-year-old? Don't say
How old is
that.
she?
She's in her mid-60s.
Is it 66, 67?
Yeah.
Oh, you round it up.
No, you don't.
You've been rounding up 40 for me since I was 35. So
I bought a 40-inch neon sign. It was the best investment I ever made in my life. I mean, there's no return on it, but the return is that I get to use it again. If you buy a sign that says 40-ish, you can use it for 39, 40, and 41, and maybe even beyond. I think it was
are you
great.
going to save it for Remy or what?
No, but like we have it for both you and I this year,
Yeah.
right? If we want to throw it up.
Yeah.
I want 40 to come and go. I don't even want to talk about it. We're not going to go there. We already talked about that on the last show, and I'm not in a headspace to talk about that again. Something that's concerning to me, though, and I don't know if it's age, and maybe you all can give me a medical diagnosis via Instagram, which is always safe. My right foot is kind of numb, and I don't want to go down the Google spiral because I already did, and it's not good. You know, it's not good things, right? And so, started happening yesterday up at the office, and I thought maybe my Spanx were too tight or my loafer was too tight. And when you sit in the same position for a while, obviously, like this probably happens to most of us every single day. You're driving for a while, your leg kind of goes numb, and then you get up and you walk around for 10, 20 minutes, whatever, and like all the feeling comes back. Well, no, mine has not, and now we're going on like 16 hours of this, and I can walk, but like the top part of my right ankle is numb, and I'm really worried about it. This is the longest I've ever had any kind of numbness. So I Google it and it's like early signs of MS. I'm like, fuck. Or other bad things that I would not like to have. Other things that
what would you
make me
expect out of Google?
terminally ill.
To say, oh, you're just tingly because that's it.
Stroke, normally that's the other side of the body, but like I'm a little worried about it and it's not coming back. Like it's still bothering me. So I don't know if I just need to exercise, if it's from doing ballet and then I stopped for a couple of weeks. I haven't gone to ballet, and you use that part of your ankle, if that makes sense.
That's what they said is
atrophied.
Yeah.
What?
No, maybe that's like a side effect of ballet, getting a tingly leg.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? How when you work out a lot and then you don't, sometimes you get pain.
I just told you to go see a doctor.
Fran, yeah, like you were supposed to go to the dentist for the last 2.5 years. Like I need to go to the doctor.
Just picture that kid needs a mom.
But I have to fly to Los Angeles
if something happens
at 8
to
a.m.
you,
tomorrow morning.
we're going to have to
Tell me
find
when
a
I'm
mom.
going to the doctor. Fucking tell me, when do I get to go to the doctor this week? I'm going to go next Monday.
I'm not the manager of your schedule.
But when do I go? I have to go to LA tomorrow morning for work, and I can't not go to LA for
What
a
about
slightly numb ankle.
Friday?
I land at 3 p.m. So you think I can get a doctor's appointment then?
Yeah.
Really?
3:30, 4, 5.
Okay, sounds good. I'll book that. I'm right on it. Since I book everything for this family, I would love someone to book something for me at some point.
Oh, get an assistant. Ask Danny. I don't know.
Danny's not my assistant. She's my marketing director.
Well, ask Siri. Whoever. You want me to book it for you? I'll book it for you.
No, don't trust. I don't trust you. So last night, I have to end this way and it's going to piss Fran off. I shouldn't tell this story, and I'm telling you all right now. I'm going to come back to you in 2 weeks and go, I knew I shouldn't tell this story, and I'm telling it. When you just shouldn't say something, but you're doing it anyway? Oh, you're fine. I took that Calm magnesium because, of course, when you're old and you feel like you haven't been taking like all your supplements every single day, or maybe, I also read that I could just be a little low on, I forget which vitamin, but probably that it can contribute to this numbness, right? So I start kind of racking my brain on what I can do. And I'm like, oh, magnesium is amazing. And magnesium is so good for everything. So I'm going to go take magnesium. It also, the Calm supplement helps you sleep. Well, I forgot it gives you like incredibly vivid dreams, because I don't take it regularly because of that. Did you? I didn't even ask you. I dosed you last night. Did you have vivid dreams?
I don't remember.
Really? Oh my gosh. I had such a vivid dream last night, but Brand's looking at me like he knows. He doesn't like where this is going. It's just so random, the dream that I had, because I have no idea why I dreamed about this celebrity in particular. I shouldn't, y'all. I have to now because it'll drive y'all crazy if I don't tell you, and I never want to be that person. When I say this person, by the way, I guarantee Fran's not even going to know who it is. You're not even going to know who it is. I just had this dream.
David Beckham.
No. No. By the way, I love the documentary though. I did watch the documentary. He is so hot. I was telling you that last night. He is just like, he was hot when he was young. He's hot when he's old. No, it was not about David Beckham actually, which is so weird because I had just finished watching that documentary. It was not about David Beckham. I have like a dream where I wouldn't say.
Was it a woman?
It was not. It was not. Sorry. So that would have been okay with you, right?
Oh, 100%.
No, I had a dream that I was like having some sort of little full-on affair. Like I have a man and child at home, like knowing that I was doing this. And I don't know if it did, I think. Yeah. But basically I had this, you're making me uncomfortable now. I shouldn't even say it. You're like, spit it out, Jenna. I had this hookup dream with, very vivid, with this actor, Jacob Elordi. Do you know who this is?
No.
He is this guy that is, he's now Elvis in the new Priscilla movie, which I haven't seen. So again, he's just this super hot younger actor. I don't know. I don't even think he's like on my list of, hall passes or
I'm gonna
whatever.
double down on the magnesium
He has
tomorrow.
great style. You're gonna double. He has great style, but I don't know why I had this dream. And I remember being like you were like waiting to pick me up, and I'm like making out with this guy, and I'm like, I'll be right out. Yeah, like what am I doing? Why would I have a dream
loyal
like that?
you are.
Oh, whatever.
I knew it.
I don't know. Why was I having a dream about Jacob
Don't go to
Elordi?
the doctor, you know?
He has.
You do you.
He has great style, though. I think that he's in my head because he has really good style, and I meant to send it to you because I was like, you could dress like him, but now I've had this dream, and now it's all fucked up, you know?
Babe, you know.
Fran, the second we finish right now, is going to Google who this is because he doesn't even know who he is right now.
If I didn't have a full fucking schedule, I would have.
You have a meeting in 10 minutes. You're like, yeah, I'll Google who he is.
like,
later
okay,
today.
like, dude. At this point, I'm going to call him partner. We're good friends.
Good. And then in 2 weeks, I'm going to come back on the show and be like, y'all, that Jacob Elordi dream's like really gotten like me in trouble with Fran at home. Fran and I have broken up. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Well, we're off to the fair. You're off to an important meeting. I will see you in Denham at the fair this afternoon.
Sounds good.
I love you.
I love you.